This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
We're getting started here, and I'm just explaining, who we are, what we're doing here, and we're here as a discussion to talk about natural remedies, and we're not prescribing, we're not diagnosing. We have Dr. Miles who joins us from Texas. He'll be with us probably in about another 20 minutes. He's got a farm out there, about 25 miles from Austin, Texas. Dr. Miles, a naturopathic doctor, wonderful man, very knowledgeable, and we bounce lots of ideas, and during the discussion, people ask a lot of questions about what natural remedies are good for what health disorders. Now, we're not prescribing, we're not diagnosing, we're discussing a topic. And I'm sipping water as I go along to keep going here. I needed that. So that's what we're doing here. It's a discussion about natural remedies. And we invite you to press your star key 2 times and ask questions and to make comments, to join the broadcast. So be sure and do that. But what I'm looking at in the screen capture before I leave that and get back to the group, it is all the ways to join this broadcast. I'm on the website. I'm on the website, herbalhealthreview.com, and I'm on the tab Discoveries in Health, and it brings up all the ways to join this broadcast, because you need to know that. You need to know that this broadcast is available over your telephone, 503-606-6064. If that number doesn't call you, and it will only call 200 of the 30,000 people who join us off and on. I mean, sometimes people are working, they're traveling, they've got things going on, and they can't join us. But we're here. We're here every Thursday, rain or shine. Even if I'm fighting off a cold or a flu, which anybody does, and I do as well, and was last week, because I've got these wonderful grandchildren that I love so much, and they always bring me the latest cold, flu, virus, and that just comes with the territory. So I hug them, and then I take my cold, virus, flu formula, and I drink lots of colloidal silver water, take lots of vitamin C, try to eat right, try to get some rest, and get over it. But I work every single day. I always have, and even at the age of 76, I continue to do so. I have the strength, power, stamina, and endurance because of a health system that I'm sharing with you. And it's all documented as a complete system of how to be healthy. And it starts with this website, herbalhealthreview.com. And I'm on that website now, and I'm on the tab Discoveries in Health, and it gives you all the ways to join this broadcast by telephone anywhere in the world. If you know somebody in another country, tell your friend or relative, to join us anywhere in the world. And that tab for the international access telephone numbers, it's on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health, and then it's got the telephone number. It's got the international access number. You can click on and it'll give you the international numbers. It also has a link here called www.uberconference.com/Truman8. And when you click on that, well, now you can join it over your computer or over your smartphone or over your tablet. And below that is the Google Hangout audio video button. It's a green button. And when you press that, then you're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and we are doing the conference. So, so there's all the ways to join us. And then below that, this goes on. This is deep. The information and the system here is enormous. And if I didn't explain it, you couldn't digest it all. You couldn't fathom what decades and decades of research and then digitizing it and mixing it all digital and audio, video, and creating multiple formats. It's hard to fathom, but we did that. Actually, the Most High blessed me to be able to do this without any technical knowledge of how to do it. I had the vision of what needed to be done, and that's why you see this as audio, video, all these screen capture and so forth. And then I found this genius that could do it, and let him know this is what I wanted to do, and then he put it all together. And that's how we created this format. But anyway, there's 123 of these videos, of these conferences. If you missed last week's conference, or the week before, or any time in the last few years that we've been doing this, there's 123 conference videos on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health. I needed to explain that because that's how that works, and you needed to know that all of these videos are there. What's the price? You cannot buy anything on the website, herbalhealthreview.com. It's all free information. Is it my website? No, it is not. It is about me. It is about what we're doing here. It is about this discussion. It is a free website. And when the FDA said, oh, you can't have that, you can't do that, a federal judge told the FDA, oh, yes, he can, because he don't own it. And so it's not his. So leave it alone and leave him alone. And so then they attacked my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. Because our government has some very evil agencies, one of them being the FDA. So anyway, that's it. Though you can't make a donation, and you should, because that is how we keep going here. And without your donation, don't expect us to continue to be here, because we won't exist. Because we're donation only. And you can put a donation right there on that website, herbalhealthreview.com, and be sure and do that so that we can continue this work of helping people and making sure that everybody, including the poor who can't make a donation, they are welcome as well. This is for everyone, and there are very few places where you can go where they're welcoming everyone. They usually only want people who can afford to give them money. That's not the case here. This is a system that is for everyone. And if you can't make a donation, this is a good place to come. But and those that can, if you don't make a donation, well, you should have. Now I'm getting out of here. I'm over here back and looking at the room there, and herbal and looking at what's going on here. There's I see Pastor Elijah is there out there in Pikes Road, Alabama, and Pike Road, not Pikes, Pike Road, Alabama. And I see that we have people from Texas and Georgia and Virginia and Louisiana. And thank you for joining us. And even Ohio and, my goodness, all over the place. New York, thank you, L.A., thank you for joining us here on Discoveries in Health. Now, I'm inviting you to press your star key 2 times and ask a question or make a comment or suggest a topic, a testimony. If you've got something to share with the group here, now please do. Press your star key 2 times, open your microphone, and let's talk about the latest discoveries in health. Press your star key 2 times. And I'm going to sip some kombucha mushroom. And there in Georgia, do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, hi, Dr. Truman. This is Mrs. McNeil. I had a question regarding, I had talked to you before about the migraine stuff, but I couldn't find the number on the website.
Okay, so now, here's how we do that. So, folks, I'm going to go here on the website, and I'm going to find migraine and answer that question. So I'm going here, and I'm going to B for Better Health Herbs, and now I'm over on the betterhealthherbs.com website, and I'm going to say visit our store online. I'm clicking on that, and then I'm looking at on the betterhealthherbs.com website. I'm looking over here on the left. And remember, I'm doing a video of this. You can't see the video. You'll be able to see the video later. Anytime that you want, you can go to the herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, click on Discoveries in Health, and there's over 100 videos there. And you'll find this video where I'm talking about migraines, and I'm on this website, betterhealthherbs.com, and you can see what I'm doing. So I'm clicking. So now I'm over here on the betterhealthherbs.com website because I've opened another tab. I still have the herbalhealthreview.com website open, but it's a separate tab. So now I've jumped over here and opened a new tab, betterhealthherbs.com. I'm looking at a quick find box. I'm typing in MG for migraine. Let's see if it takes me there. MG. And I clicked enter. And I'm looking at this. I don't see it. I don't see it. Come on. Okay, M-G. All right. Okay, that did not bring it up. So I'm going back over here and I'm going to type M-G and see if that brings up it's either MG or M. There it is. It is. It's M-G formula. And when I look at the M-G formula and I click on it, now I'm looking at the formula, M-G, which is number 1265, number 1265, MG formula. The migraine formula, what it contains is feverfew leaf, butter burr root, turmeric root, rosemary leaf, valerian root, cordyceps root, ginger root, white willow bark, ginkgo biloba leaf, and wormwood root, and cayenne root. And then it's made with structured alkaline water and 20% alcohol to preserve it, which was a great, wonderful preservative. Or if you'd rather have vegetable glycerin and non-alcohol, you can get it that way. They make a vegetable glycerite, which would replace the alcohol for alcohol-free tinctures. And the dose, 1 teaspoon, 3 times daily or more during symptoms, and half a teaspoon 3 times daily without symptoms. So it gives you the directions, the dosage, the formula. How much does it cost? It costs $12.99 an ounce, but you can get it in larger sizes for less money. They give you discounts, big discounts off of the bigger sizes. And that is, did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you. I'll have to try to find it because I'm out and about right now. But when I went and tried to just put in the number 1265, it didn't pull it up. So I'll try to do the M-G inside the quick find and see if that does it when I get home.
Okay, and then if you have any problem at all, give me a call. I'll make sure you get helped, okay?
Okay.
Okay, do you have my number?
Yeah, I have it saved in my phone.
Okay, all right. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for the question. That's wonderful. This is what we love, folks. Is there any other question or anything else? I guess that's it. Okay, see, that's what we love is really some personal help here, making sure that you get every question answered and how to do this. And now that opens up a line there in Virginia. Please ask your question or make your comment.
Lately, I've been experiencing some tingling in my legs or in my feet when I sit in awkward positions.
Okay, that tells us that when you're in those certain positions, and then you're not getting the circulation. So there are a few things we can do about that. One of them is to make sure that you're not sitting too long while your legs are tingling, and because you're not getting circulation there. So if you can get up and move around a little bit, which I'm guilty of doing. I sit too long. I sit for hours and hours and hours behind this computer doing research and talking to people and helping people. And sometimes it goes on for just hours. And so what you have to do in order to get away with not moving around like you should, because that's the answer is get up and move around. But if you can't do that because you're trapped like I am, then you need to know how to get away with it. And how I get away with it is knowing about a circulation herbal formula. This circulation or herbal formula, let's see, it's there it is. It's number 1099. It's an herbal tincture extract. Herbal tincture extract number 1099. So let's go back over here and type, and we're now back over there on Better Health Herbs. Let's look at that formula, number 1099. Why does it work? Let's look at an herbal tincture extract, a formula that increases circulation. So now we went over that quick find box and typed in 1099, and we're looking at it. And the formulation that increases circulation is witch hazel bark, garlic root, ginger root, cayenne root, prickly ash bark, butcher's broom root, ginkgo leaf. Those herbs synergistically compounded increase circulation. So that's number 1099 herbal tincture extract. Dose, it depends on how sensitive you are. It can be anywhere from 6 drops to 30 drops. In the mouth, under the tongue is best, because that's where you really get, it goes right in sublingually, under the tongue and through the cheeks, and you get it right into the bloodstream, and you get instant results. So, but if you put it in juice or water, well, it's going to take more time. And because you spread it out to where it's very weak at that point, but still works. So that is a circulation herbal tincture extract number 1099. That would be very beneficial. But then there's niacin. Niacin it will increase circulation. It'll dilate, open up the cells of the body. So niacin. Let's take a look at Niacin. Niacin. And you take 500 milligrams morning and night. Increases circulation. There is good niacin, 60 capsules. That's a 30-day supply of niacin. And it's $15.98. That looks like $16 to me. $16 for a month's supply of niacin. And okay, and it contains, each capsule gives you that 500 milligrams. Matter of fact, it gives you 560 as inositol hexacotinate. Okay, and let's see other ingredients. And there's no corn, no soy, no gluten. Okay, and that's what I like about the products on this website. And I get nothing from the sale of any of these products. Okay, I can't do that. I don't do that. And so there it is. That gives you all the information about it, how to take it. You're taking a capsule morning and night, and that will increase circulation. So you have an herbal formula and you have a supplement. And between those two, you're going to be able to get away with more sitting than you should. It's going to increase that circulation and keep things going. Another thing that will increase that circulation and relax those muscles is magnesium. Yeah, magnesium. Magnesium. Did I spell that right? Probably. Let's take a look at magnesium, because that relaxes all of the muscles of the body, so there's no cramping. And magnesium citrate, that is a high quality magnesium. Most of the time you're finding this magnesium oxide. It's okay. It's not as good as magnesium citrate, because the citrate helps you to absorb it better, get more of it, get your money's worth. So that's a high quality magnesium. And this one even has some protease and bromelain and alpha amylase. This is a high-tech formula, and a cellulase enzyme and papain. Yeah, this is, and some, lipase and papaya fruit and chlorophyll. Right. This is a high-tech calcium or magnesium supplement. And you take 1 3 times a day. 1 3 times a day. That's it. It's 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate with other accompanying digestive factors to make sure you get every single bit of it. I like that formula. And that's magnesium citrate number 2414 is its number, 2414. So anyway, that is how you could deal with that problem. And let me know if this isn't working just perfectly. Okay? Is there another question?
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, all right. And that opens lines for you. What we're looking for here is a question about anything, a topic, whatever you want to hear about. Maybe you got a friend who would like to know more about arthritis, or maybe you got a friend who wants to know how to get rid of fibroid tumors, or something else. But while we're waiting for a question or a topic, and all you have to do is press your star key 2 times, and it looks like we have a question there in Georgia. Go ahead, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fibroids.
Fibroids. Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute the mic. I believe she said she wanted to hear more about fibroids. You know, we had a lady come on the broadcast a few weeks back, and she said, "I just want you to know, I don't have fibroids anymore." But I hear that all the time, because as soon as people go to the discoveries, let's go back over here now to herbalhealthreview.com. We're on the herbalhealthreview.com website, and we're clicking on the menu, and we're clicking on common conditions, and let's briefly touch on why people are calling me and saying they don't have fibroid tumors anymore, because they're going on this herbalhealthreview.com website, they're clicking on common conditions, and they're going down where it says fibroids, and they're clicking on fibroids, and they're looking at that report. What does it cost them to do that? Nothing. This is a ministry. We need your donations. There is a donation button. Please participate in donations. Don't leave it up to someone else, because we're only getting very few donations and we need more. So that's not working. So don't leave it up to somebody else, because somebody else isn't giving that donation you thought they should. So here we are. We're looking at fibroids. It's describing, what fibroids are. And then after it describes what they are, then the problem is they can become malignant, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why we address this. We got to clean the blood. You got to clean the blood. You need to detoxify the liver. You got to make sure the kidneys which are trying to get rid of toxins, are able to get rid of the toxins. You got to set the stage here to where you are making certain that you're going to cut off the blood supply to that tumor that's feeding it. And because a tumor is a swelling or an abnormal growth of tissues, having no useful function in the body. Tumors can either be what they call benign or malignant. Benign, they're not cancerous. Malignant, they are cancerous. Benign tumors are isolated growths that can occur anywhere in the body. They generally do not spread to other parts of the body when they're benign. They just usually they don't return after being surgically removed. And although benign tumors are generally limited to in growth, they're not really that big usually. They usually should be removed, but I don't recommend you do it surgically when it's not necessary. We're going to talk about how it's done naturally. So a small percentage of these benign tumors later become malignant. So they might be benign now, but they could become cancerous. So that's why you don't mess around. We just get rid of them. And here's how we do it. Fibroids are benign tumors that most often occur in the uterus. and hundreds of thousands of hysterectomies are performed each year due to the presence of fibroid tumors in the uterus. Unnecessary surgeries, hysterectomies. Unlike benign tumors, it's just an excuse for a greedy, money-happy doctor to perform surgery. And they say, oh, you need a hysterectomy. You don't need a hysterectomy. You need to know how to get rid of them naturally. Now, unlike benign tumors, malignant tumors are cancerous and must be treated as early as possible. They tend to spread to other parts of the body and are likely to recur after surgical removal. They take them out and come back. So here's how we do it. There's a cancer protocol for blood cleansing. And when you go on that breast and all cancer report, it's going to step by step show you how to starve cancers so cancers can't exist in the body. And that's how that works. So that is, you have a complete system of how to starve cancers. And that's where we would start, because we're going to starve the cancers and their blood supply and make some changes and add things in to feed those tumors and cancers until they're gone. And that's how it works. And it's work. It was work for me to figure it out and do the research and then put it all together. It took decades and decades of refinement, of research, and then making sure that then people are calling back and saying, I don't have fibroids anymore and I don't have cancers anymore. Thank you. That's it. And a lot of these people that were helped, I've helped thousands of people. Many thousands. And very few people are leaving a donation on that website, and they should. And I have to say that. So please, if you can, make a donation on that website. So using a complete...
I'm here.
Are you there?
I'm here.
That's Doc Miles, folks, who has joined us. We're talking about fibroids again.
Okay.
And so we're talking, the benign tumors and malignant tumors, and then how to go to that breast and all cancer report and starve those cancers and clean up that bloodstream and make sure that you're getting a good quality diet by clicking on that make lifestyle changes report, so that you're really eating properly. Because when you start doing the right things, Doc Miles knows that the body can heal itself when you do enough right things so that the body can go back to work again. It does.
Right.
So we're talking about fibroid tumors, and so
one thing about your SEAC teas, that gets rid of fibroid tumors too.
That's it. See, it's a blood cleanser. It's a specific,
right.
Yeah. And it works with diabetes. SEAC formulation, which, by the way, is inside of the number 1084 CF cancer formula. You'll find that the SEAC formula is there, surrounded by a host of other anti-cancer herbs, which is why I combined it together that way. It is a powerhouse of blood cleansing. It's called CF, number 1084. That's a blood cleansing herbal tincture extract that includes the world famous SEAC formulation. So So these are the things that we do. And then the next thing, we're using an acid alkaline forming food diet. So here's a list in this report on herbalhealthreview.com under common conditions, and you're clicked on fibroids, and it's giving us all this information, and it's now talking about using an acid alkaline forming food diet, and it gives you a link to that diet, to those foods, so you can choose alkaline forming foods instead of acid forming foods, because foods can be classified in relation to the metabolic process as acid, alkaline, acid or alkaline, and the alkalis are soluble salts, and the acids are corrosive agents, which have trouble combining with other things. So a balanced diet contains 35% acid-forming foods and 65% alkaline-forming foods, and now you're on your way to getting rid of the fibroid tumors. Then here's how. Then after you set the stage, then you're using a suppository that is internal. You're going to cut cotton in pieces 2 inches by 4 inches, and you lay them on top of each other. You stack them up there until you have a small pile about 1 inch high, and you tie a string tightly around the middle, and you leave one end about 10 inches long loosely hanging out. And you're using black salve, which you can't hardly find anymore, but you can find it here. And if you click on it, you can go and get it. You can see it. There it is, the famous black salve. And you add black salve and vegetable glycerin. You're mixing 2 teaspoons of black salve and 2 teaspoons of glycerin in a small cup or a pan. And you can use more if you need. And you soak the cotton in this mixture, and you thoroughly insert it into the vagina up to the cervix. And you're leaving the long end of the string hanging out. And you wear a heavy cotton cloth or a sanitary napkin over the vaginal opening so that, it's not going to leak onto your bed clothing. And you follow this procedure 5 nights weekly, 5 nights before bed. And you remove it each morning by pulling slightly on the string. This will draw out the infection and help shrink fibroid tumors and ovarian cysts and other growths that are in the uterus. The fibroid tumors are known to completely disappear in 1 month. And we're talking about a fibroid tumor so large it blocked the colon and inhibited bowel movements, couldn't go to the bathroom. And 1 month gone. Now in the morning, you pull the string, you remove the suppository, and you douche in the morning with an infusion made from equal parts of golden seal and myrrh. You're making a quart of this tea, and you add 1 teaspoon also of apple cider vinegar. This procedure is also good for chronic vaginitis and other vaginal and uterine infections. And externally, you put a castor oil pack over the ovaries for 4 consecutive nights per week. Before applying the castor oil pack, you rub poke root tincture over the ovary that is affected, then apply the pack. So that is basically what is necessary. Then there's all kinds of other wonderful information below that talks about the power of colloidal silver water during this time, acidophilus powder, a great, wonderful multiple vitamin called Intramax, the world's greatest multiple vitamin. They have an Intramax for adults. They have an Intra Kid for your kids. and it's the best multiple vitamin, all organic. You can't find a better one, and there it is. It's listed there. All these are suggestions, because when you do these kinds of things, this builds you up. This gives you the strength. This gives you the power, the stamina, the endurance to overcome things. And then then it goes on to talk about red clover blossoms and how valuable they are for cleaning the blood and relaxing the muscles, and there's a lot of information about that. There's milk thistle seed listed here and talked about, because it's going to help to give you new liver cells by 60% every 120 days. I said milk thistle seed extract, milk thistle seed powder in your power drink. But when you're doing these types of things, then all of a sudden, you're and it goes on to talk about problems that are associated with fibroids, like liver disease from alcohol, viral hepatitis, cancer, high cholesterol problems. Then it goes on to list a link to the CF cancer fighting formula that we talked about, and the complete report all about breast and all cancer. And it talks about the value, again, of an acid alkaline diet and herbal drops like B12 and folic acid drops and so forth, colostrum, Vital Zem enzymes, calcium and magnesium, lots of vitamin C, fulvic acid. It goes on to talk about these. There's a complete endometriosis system and report within this report of fibroids. It talks about anemia and how important it is to make sure that the blood supply that you're getting now is not only clean, but rich in nutrients and iron, and that anemia formula is going to do that. It talks about cat's claw root and violet leaves and periwinkle and olive leaf extract and turmeric and a 4 mushroom tincture extract, the value of mistletoe, a gland rejuvenator, that colon and liver cleansing liquid, the value of MSM powder. And it goes on and on here in this report, and you really need to go to the website, herbalhealthreview.com, and click on common conditions and click on fibroids. Did that answer your question there? There was a person that asked that question. I hope that completely gave you enough tools to know how to get rid of fibroids. And then when you do, give us a call back here and let us know how that worked for you. We love to hear these reports. Does anyone have a question, a comment, a suggestion? We want to hear from you. What would you like to talk about here today? Press your star key 2 times. And we're wanting to open a few microphones here and get some more comments. But we see, I'm going to get a drink of water. So, Doc, while we're waiting for somebody to come up with an idea of what they would like to talk about, another topic or a comment or a suggestion or a testimony, what's going on in Texas?
G6PD.
Oh, okay. Whoop. I'm sorry, Doc. Would somebody open their mic in New York? What's going on in New York?
Yeah, a child who has G6PD and Gilbert syndrome.
A child that has, what was the first part?
G6PD and also Gilbert syndrome.
And Gilbert's. Doc, what do you got to say about that one?
I didn't hear it explicitly. I'm sorry.
Gilbrett's, a child that has Gilbrett's syndrome.
And G6D.
And G6D.
PD. G6PD.
G6PD. G6PD. I don't very often hear about G6PD. Tell me about it. in New York.
Yeah, that's what I want to learn more about it.
Can you tell me what the symptoms are?
Like they'll get like jaundice in the eyes when they're very sick. They have to take folic acid. Their blood counts can go down. I wanted to know more about it and how to help prevent these things from happening.
Well, that's a liver issue, it sounds like to me. Say jaundice and stuff like that. That's the number one thing for liver issues. I've got a lady on that liver stuff from India, and it's turning her around with a fatty liver. So it's pretty awesome stuff. And do the eyes get discolored?
If they get sick enough, it can. That's one of the symptoms.
Okay. I could help a lot more if I'd see some blood work, from that child, because, poking in the dark is kind of tough. That's what medical doctors do, and I don't like to do that. I like to see what the numbers are so we know how to correct it. They try to correct it with drugs. We try to correct it with natural tinctures and natural supplements that the body will accept and utilize and turn things around, things that have been proven for hundreds and up to thousands of years. But these drugs just don't fix these kids' problems, and it's really a crying shame because, I wish I could reach out to every one of them in the country, but, people don't want to listen. They want to listen to their medical doctors first. So if I could get a copy of the blood work, I could tell you a whole lot more real fast.
Okay.
Because I do not like to guess with a child, and I can give you my fax number. You can fax it to me, and I can take a look at it. Make sure you give me a name and number where I can call you back if you want my fax number.
Yes, I spoke to you earlier. I got it.
Okay. If you can fax me that blood work, and on that fax, give me your name and your phone number, and and say that we talked about the 5-year-old child on the air. Well, then I'll look at it and I can call you back and I can give you some kind of evaluation. But I just don't like to poke in the dark and try to figure something out and try 100 different things.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's a good answer. So what we're talking about, by the way, Gilbreth's syndrome. Is jaundice. It is a liver disease. It is a liver issue, and it's
right. That's what I said.
Yeah. So it's the bilirubin is formed when hemoglobin, the part of the red blood cells that carries the oxygen, is broken down as a part of the normal process of recycling old or damaged red blood cells. Bilirubin.
Right.
It's carried in the bloodstream to the liver, where it binds with bile. And the bilirubin is then moved through the bile ducts into the digestive tract so that it can be eliminated from the body. But most bilirubin is eliminated in stool, but a small amount is eliminated in urine. If the bilirubin cannot be removed through the liver and the bile ducts quickly enough, it builds up in the blood and deposited in the skin, and in this case, it's even affecting the eyes. And the result is jaundice. So you're right on top of it right there with that's what it is. And so the doc has some special liver pills, but again, the real thing here, folks, is contacting Doc Miles. With a situation like this, let's do the blood work. Let's find out what's really going on for the whole picture, so that we're not just, although definitely it's a good colon and liver cleansing liquid and a good fiber and making sure that this child is having good bowel movements, that every bowel movement is so soft it breaks up in a cloud. Those are essential. Taking milk thistle seed extract, milk thistle seed powder to rebuild a new liver. That's a given. So those are things that definitely, yes, we need to do. and perhaps some serious blood cleansing with the CF formula, the form that we use for cancers, that really cleans the blood. So when you're working in that direction, yeah, that's going to make some huge changes. And then we're going to not just look at the liver. Let's look at the kidneys that's trying to detox the body and apparently not doing a very good job. So because the liver and the kidneys are working hand to hand. And when it's kind of like if your right hand isn't working anymore, the left hand is struggling, although you may not. So you're looking at the struggling left hand, but you don't even understand that the right hand or the kidneys aren't really working. So everybody's got to be helped all at the same time. You can't ignore one part of the body and work on another part of the body separately. You really need to get above it and look at all the different aspects that might be involved. Give the body some real support, and then watch the body take over and heal itself. So that's the way I would be looking at that. Contacting Doc Miles. Give him a call at 512-868-9867 and get some blood work done. 512-868-9867. You don't need to go to his office. He can tell you how he works that. He can help you anywhere in the world. He's just like I am. We can do what we do and help you no matter where you are. All you need to do is ask us questions. We'll give you some answers, and we will get to the bottom of things because that's what we do. We've been doing it a long, long time. So that's 512-868-9867 to contact Doc Miles. And so that's the way I would approach that. And then and you can also, again, it's not going to hurt to make lifestyle changes. Go on that website, herbalhealthreview.com, and look at Make Lifestyle Changes. It's got a colon and liver cleansing liquid and a fiber powder. It's got that power drink that's got all that energy and nutrition in it. It's so much information there. There's so much information, and if we can get started on this, and you know, I think that this jaundice thing is really having a lot to do with those bowel movements, that liver, and those kidneys, and that's my 2 cents on that.